Now I would like to invite our eminent guest for the lighting of the lamp. And I need those clapping going on because they are really, really legends sitting over here. Mr. Ashish Kulkarni, founder, Punnaryugg Artvision, and chairman of AVGC Forum FICCI. Mr. Biren Ghose, country head, Technicolor India, and president ABAI. Ms. Kiran Sippy, managing director, Ramesh Sippy Academy of Cinema and Entertainment, and director, Ramesh Sippy Entertainment Private Limited. Mr. Srinivas Sribhakta, CEO, Vedatma Animation Studios, Director, Arena Animation, Malleswaram and Rajajinagar, Bengaluru, and Secretary ABAI.
We actually have two stars in our midst. She really made us feel very good many years ago, and he's a Kannada film actor as well, Srinivas. And Kiran we all know. So let's go ahead with the lighting of the lamp.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Shrini Mitra. I'm a producer, come a director. I work with Cosmos Maya. I take care of the new business for NFT and Metaverse. Apart from that, I have my own company known as Avant-Garde Films, where we make ad films and also the promos for the GC channels. Thanks.
So this is an entire industry effort. We're very thankful to her for coming and hosting it, despite all a busy schedule. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, sir. I would request all our eminent guests to please be on the stage because we will be having a session right now because we need to hear your thoughts and your perspective about the entire future of the AVGC industry.
Okay, I'm going to begin this very differently. I want to ask students in the audience, what questions would you want to ask these eminent panelists? I need about 3 questions from you all. Who's going to stand up and ask those questions? What are the issues that are affecting you? It's the future of the animation industry, but what are you thinking about the future of the animation industry and education in the AVGC sector? Any student wants to ask the question? Guys, you're getting an opportunity. Please go ahead. Send a mic here, please. Education of the AVGC education primarily.
Good morning to everyone.
What's your name? Which institute are you from? Where are you?
Yeah, myself Prasad Bide. I stay in Mumbai, Ambanath. I conduct animation workshops from 2013, targeting schools from Mumbai, Lonavala, Panchgani, Goa and Malvan. Alone one-man army. My question is, how you can make an animation more interesting and more easily affordable to middle-class families and middle-class parents. They don't know much about this whole industry. They know arts, commerce, science. Beyond that, they have been not thinking too much. The kids, those who are good in studies, they will go for engineering.
No, I get your question. Fine. Anyone else wants to ask a question? No? All right. I'll go ahead with what I have to say then. And your answer will come in the answers that these gentlemen give you. Ashish, who's been fighting hard and who's been, I've never seen anybody working so hard for the animation AVGC industry, apart from maybe Biren. But Ashish works the hardest, is my opinion. Yes. So let's look at AVGC education 5 years down the line. How do you see it of 5, 7, 10 years? Let's look at 3 scenarios. How do you see the entire sector having changed? And will we have an answer to his question in that?
Well, the way I see the whole education and skilling ecosystem in India, I think it's going to merge in the next 5 years. We're going to have a very thin line between education and skilling. Secondly, we are going to know this world 5 years from now, which was pre-National Education Policy 2020 and post-National Education Policy 2020. Because when you want to do engineering, you concentrate on physics, chemistry, and mathematics. When you want to go to medical or biochemistry and all, you concentrate on PCB. So we as an industry are pushing the government to make sure that the students from school will actually have a pathway carved out right from the 6th standard. And we probably might also succeed in making it from the standard 1, whereby you will be able to take right subjects in creative arts, performing arts.
Don't look what you're doing now. It already has happened. Imagine 5 years down the line.
No, it's this. Basically, you're going to have those pathways 5 years from now to make things happen in your way. Second is that skilling of short term, even after the 10th grade, if you don't want to do 12th, and you want to continue with coming into animation as a foundation, or visual effects as a foundation, or gaming as a foundation, that would be a possibility for you. And your credits will be into education bank, whereby you can think of doing graduation at any point in time and continue to work with the industry. So I see very clearly that the mix of two will happen. My caution to you guys is don't get too much, carried away by the metaverse and the rest of the things, because you will anyway do it if your foundation is right and your basics are right. And basic comes from only 2 tools: pencil and a paper, paint and a paintbrush, nail and a hammer, and you take your camera and you stand in front of a mirror and do acting. These are the basic things which are going to be with you for life. If you're good at that, you will be good at creating a metaverse, creating a film, creating animation, visual effects, anything. So don't be worried about the softwares, just be worried about the basics, creative skills and performing arts skills and the design skills that you can own and practice right from the early age. And I think that's the only thing I see would help students 5 years from now. And the universities will basically have a great program for you to make a great career at par with engineering and medical, and most of the guys would earn better than what engineers and doctors are earning today. So please get ready to join the industry with the right foundation.
Biren, now the other elder statesman, 5 years down the line, the same question: how do we see the AVGC education industry having transformed, and the industry itself, not just AVGC industry, having transformed 5 years down the line?
Hi everyone, and it's great to be among students and a great event. Thank you so much. We are now in 2028, and in 2028, this industry is taking in 285,000 new people in that year just into industry. 2 years back, the intake was about 60 to 70,000. So it's growing by about 3 times. I will simplify it for you. There are 2 things that all of you in this room should be looking at: quality of imagery and the ability to simulate. No matter whether you're doing animation or games or visual effects or AR or VR, I'm assuming that everyone in this room has one great quality, which is your visual sense. And you have to develop that eye. You will see from the people presenting their films later this morning that, there's Prashant coming up next, and he's worked with us for many, many years, that people like this have developed their eye over here. They never stop being a student. They see new challenges, right? 20 years back or 10 years back, we were SD, HD, 1K, 2K, 4K. All that's happening is that the pixel is making it more important for you to look at every dot on that screen and make sure that your artistry exceeds that particular development. So 2025, this industry will be providing a fountain of talent and youngsters to industries in healthcare, in education technology, in fintech, because every industry needs imagery and simulation. And when Ashish spoke of the foundations, that was really important, but there are many, many branches more than there are available today. So when you come and see the films that we create, you know, in animation and visual effects, there is physics in the water, there is crowds, there is multiplication. So there's a great combination of art and science. And by the way, I was a terrible student. And you know, I think I got a little better in college and much better 20 years into my career. So it doesn't matter where and how you start, just keep working on it, develop the eye, and you will be able to do this. I'm a self-taught guitarist, I'm average. But you know,
he's modest. You should
but the
see
point
him.
is,
You should see him at ABAI. He sings very well.
But the point is that you can make this happen. And today, the online tools that come up, companies like us have to spend 1.5 to 2 lakhs to make a person production ready. That money we would like to give people in salaries rather than spend on their training. And imagine that today, with 2,000 people that we trained, we spent 400 crores over the last 12 years. Right? We would have liked to have given that in different ways back to the community. I also think that there is too few women in this room. So tell your sisters, neighbors, and friends, because a combination of a man and a woman creating something is very, very potent and very, very strong. And I think I'll stop there. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So now, okay, we have one lady on stage. Let's have a perspective on, she's recently set up the Ramesh Sippy Academy, which is laudable, starting from grassroots and from ground up. What does she see 5 years down the line in terms of education in the AVGC sector and the industry as a whole?
So what I would really like to start with is that awareness is the key. To me, there is so much work and there is so much talent. And how to merge the two, as in to get people jobs and for them to be able to use their talent. Awareness is the key. The gentleman rightly said that usually people will just think of, you know, bringing up their children and putting them into being a doctor or a medical. So there are just limited professions that they think of. It's unbelievable the growth that is happening in this area. 5 years ago, did you think there would be so many OTT platforms? Did you think there would be so much choices? Did you think you could sit in your house and watch these awesome programs that we watch today? Where is it all coming from? Every OTT platform program that I see, the titles today, the credits, they are amazing. I mean, very often it says skip in the beginning, the intro. I don't feel like skipping it because I love that introduction. I love the way the visuals are, what he was talking about. You know, it is so attractive that you don't mind seeing it every time that you see that program. Now that is the beauty of bringing art and science together. The mind has perceived and seen this, and then the science part of it and the practical, putting it on paper part of it is what has brought it to all of us. It's growing at an amazing speed, and India is being sourced for all these kind of technical programs because we deliver, and we deliver in reasonable costs. So there's really a large, let's say, area that we can, you know, get into internationally. The jobs are there.
So do you see education transforming itself with the new education policy?
Absolutely.
How do you see everything changing?
Absolutely.
5 years down the line, what is Indian education like?
I love what they are coming out with, and I think the choice, and you know, skill is something, a lot of us, the traditional way of thinking is, that pehle BA kar lo, or you know, then go and do whatever you want to do in life. But today that perception is changing. So right from school and then on to college, you're actually learning along with other things, the skill that you want to learn, which means you're getting industry ready. You're getting ready to earn much earlier, you know, in your time. You're not wasting time, and you're focusing on what you like doing best. And that's what's important. We have so many students. We do graduation courses along with short-term courses. We have so many students who come to us who have wasted at least a year of their life or even 3 years of their life. And they come to us and say, ki, nahi, जमा नहीं, मुझे लॉयर नहीं बनना है, या विच एवर प्रोफेशन, आई शुडंट से लॉयर, विच एवर प्रोफेशन, एंड मैंने छोड़ दिया. मैंने पापा को बोला कि मैं तो यही करूँगा. सो आफ्टर 1 year of exposing themselves to things that they don't want to do, they actually quit and come and join this. And there are some others who probably don't do it, and for the rest of their life feel bad that I didn't follow my heart, I didn't do what I wanted to do. Okay, everybody makes money, but if you can make money and reach somewhere in life out of doing something you enjoy doing, there can never be anything better.
Great, thank you. Srinivas, your perspective, again, 5 years down the line, what is AVGC education looking like? Is it hybrid? Is it long distance? Is it going to a center? Are we seeing a lot more students emerging out of school, ready probably to join a studio, straight away from maybe the 12th standard or the 3rd year? What is education like 5 years down the line? Is it affordable, like he asked?
Well, good morning to all of you. It feels great to be here. I would like to start by saying that we have come a long way since the mid-90s when animation and visual effects education was started in the country, where we had to struggle to get people come in. Parents didn't want the children to be animators or visual artists, to a day today when people want their children to be graphic designers and animators and VFX artists. We've come a really long way. So it's not about an engineer or a doctor, animator or a visual effects artist has a great career ahead, is what the parents know today. So the awareness has been gradually created. And for the students out there, I think everyone is born creative. If you know which color looks good on you or which color looks good on your wall or what looks good in your place, I think everyone is creative. So it's just about exploring your inner potential and go for it. And taking a cue from what the seniors have told, I think an animator is an actor with a pencil. So as Ashish ji rightly said that, stand in front of the mirror, enact, do your expressions, and then try to get it down on paper. And as much as you practice, you'll come up in life. Because the two most important things today in the industry is skilling and upskilling. Because only skilling is not important. As and when you grow in your career, learn more stuff, you have to upskill yourself. So it's very important that you keep upgrading yourselves. And as India, we are a rich country in terms of art, heritage, culture, and we are one of the biggest filmmaking markets in the world. Probably around 3,000 movies get produced in a year in our country. So it's going to only grow. I think there's fantastic career available for you. But 5 years down the line, as Mr. Anil was saying, what will be the situation? Well, it's very difficult to say at this time because everybody is going into the online model. But I feel that the hybrid model is going to remain. The offline or the physical classes are still going to go on. Universities are going to come in. Bigger universities, bigger colleges are going to come in. It will be an add-on, but it will not be completely digital is my opinion. I think the one-to-one approach will still be available and has to be going on, at least in our field. I think we should have that instructor-led training and a proper study place to do your studies. So I think both is going to continue. It's not going to take over the actual form of training. So it will be a hybrid model. It will continue like that, but it's going to create a lot of opportunities to content creators and for educators. So there's going to be a lot of education institutions coming in a bigger way. And addressing the skilling and upskilling area, both we are doing it back in Bangalore, and I would really wish that it is followed all over the country. For the skilling part, we digitize all the fine art colleges across Karnataka, and for the upskilling part, we have a finishing school. So it addresses both the areas. We pick up artists and train them on technology, and then we pick up graduates from all the schools and fine-tune them for the studios. So both the works are going on. It's only a matter of time. I think the entire country will take a cue from what Karnataka is doing, and very soon we'll be seeing it on a national level. I think that's it.
Fantastic. Ashish, I'm going to leave you with the last word because we've run out of time. Again, what is education in the future? You talked about they have to keep their passion, but I want to know, actually for institutes as well, what will it be like? Will we be teaching in a metaverse? Will we be teaching in a metaverse? Will we be, attending college, or will we not be attending college? Will students come out of school, third-year degree course with specialization and being able to join a studio ready? Will we have a phenomenon like Canada, which has, real great talent? That's what I want from you, the last words.
So let's look at the reality. The thing is, when we used to go to school, every time the teacher came to the classroom, they used to introduce us with the new subject. And that subject was a discovery for us, and we actually got engaged with that subject. In today's world, when these kids are in the digital era, the subject matter is already available to them digitally. So they actually, go and learn that subject online any which ways. The challenge 5 years from now would be to the teachers that how do you bring them to the application part of it, and how do you actually get them to engage with people skill and life skills so that they can use that subject, practice that subject, and put it to practice in much better way. So the thing is that luckily for our industry, the Guru Shishya Parampara will continue because you learn from the masters, because that's the best way to learn. Second is that the assessment patterns, which are traditionally in the country like India, which was 3 hours written exam, for our industry that is not going to apply. You will be judged by how good an image you create and how good a story you tell. So all these in the next 5 years I see changing. And we will be actually looking at how the institutions would not teach the subject the way they are teaching today, but look at how they can implement this subject into the right form and how many students can actually do a riyaz. If you want to play cricket, you have to go to the ground every morning. Even at the age of 7, you start playing. If you want to become a singer, right from the age of 5, 6, 7, you start singing. You do a riyaz every single day. If you want to be a dancer, you do that every single day. And that something that you will have to do to sharpen your skills constantly. Is application is something that is going to be taught to you into the institutions, according to me, in the next 5 years.
So he wants to put in a word about
I just wanted to also add to the question about people who don't have much money, right? Today, there are a lot of open source softwares. In fact, startup studios doing work for large companies like Lego, in fact, work on open source software and then translate it into the software that the global majors use. So it should not be, money should not constrain you from doing that. And I think it's really important for people to learn theory a little bit and practical. In all the people we churn out, 2,000 people in a year internally. We've lost 7,500 people in the last 10 years to the biggest studios in the world. So in a sense, we are a university, if you want to put it that way. And we have 975 open jobs on our website, and we can't find people. So that's the opportunity for you. But if you actually want to learn on open source software, go for real-time tools today. There are ways by which television, outside of AVGC, the live action television and live action movies will do this. And there are 3 ways to do it. Short films need generalists that can do more than one thing. Long feature films require departmental, someone structured in modeling, someone extremely good in DMP, someone's good in something else. So you choose your sweet spot, right? You saw from our anchor that she's both working on long form as well as in her own capacity working on ad films. So for the ad film, she needs generalists, and for the long form, she needs specialists. So there's a job for everyone. I thought I should leave you with that.
Thank you very much. 5 years down the line, I see EduSpark having about 20,000 students attending it. And I see every studio being here. I see a lot of you all, and even institutes attending it. A lot of education institutes and universities from all over. This evening we have the awards where we are recognizing specific personalities who contributed to education. There'll be a lot more universities, many more universities, many more schools offering you actual training in school. It's going to become as common as chemistry or biology. So it's a very bright future, and it's going to get affordable as school is, not what the institutes are charging you. So I see a very bright future. Thank you all of you all for sharing your views, and I hope this was a good start to this to EduSpark, and thank you for your questions. Thank you all of you all.
Thank you.